This is interesting. You were trained to oversee tabulators. Is that what you told us?
I was trained to assist with IT.
In tabulators?
And the adjudication process, correct, sir?
Trained you to use
Dominion.
your technique on the tabulators as it relates to the IT.
Dominion.
Dominion did. Was it their representatives that came to the TCF Center?
It was the owner of Dominion, Nick Economagnis, that came to the TCF Center, which is extremely insane because he's like the top of the top with Dominion, which is he's missing.
When did you meet with him at the TCF Center to get your training?
Okay, so my training was in Allen Park at the hotel they were staying at, right off of Southfield Freeway. It was November 2nd for 1 hour.
The day before the election.
November 2nd, correct.
The day before the election.
Yes, sir.
1 hour training. Was it done by video or was it done with a tabulator?
It was done with a tabulating machine and an adjudication machine in a room, in a conference room, and all we did was walk around it and nothing. We were given a binder. I have it right here from Dominion about all their image cast, about how their software works. I have every Dominion employee here. I have the ones that were at.
How many were with you
warehouse.
In this? How many?
5 total.
5 total.
2 contract employees, 3 permanent employees of Dominion. Let me just say this: there was 1 permanent employee of Dominion. She went by the name of Danielle. Her real name was China, which she told me later. She's the one who told me Nick was a part owner, which was confirmed later on. She was acting very bizarre the whole night, would start crying, would start saying she couldn't handle being there. I saw the van come in at 4:30 full of ballots. That she left an hour before that, had someone pick her up.
Thank you, Chairman. As long as we get her testimony, I would be intrigued to look at whatever you have.
Absolutely.
Through the chair.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Hold on. I have another question for you, ma'am. Please. Vice Chair Irwin has a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I were to take a ballot, an absentee ballot, and I were to run that through a machine multiple times, and that ballot were to be counted multiple times, is that machine going to reflect those votes in the vote total at the end of the day? And is that ballot going to be recorded in the poll book 8 times or something? I mean, what's the...
Why do you think the poll books were so off?
Well, they were off a little bit less than they were in previous elections, so unless the allegation is that...
They were off, 100%.
Excuse me, members of the audience, please respect the...
Sorry, I mean, you asked me a question, what do you expect the answer?
I was hoping for an answer, but I don't think I'm going to get one.
Excuse me. I couldn't hear what was going on because too many people talking over each other, so if you could please... Mr. Vice Chair, finish your line of questioning. I'd like to hear the end of it, please.
That was the end. There was just one question, which was that, you know, if this were to happen, it would show up in the tabulations being off, and we know
they were off.
We know to what extent that they're off.
They were off.
Right. Yeah, we know that.
So why are you asking? What are you asking me?
I'm trying to ask you if someone were to
go ahead.
If someone were to go and run the same ballot over and over and over again, that would end up showing up as a massive discrepancy, right?
Did
and we've added up the
took a
discrepancies.
ballot and ran it over and over and over again? Just one ballot? Or a batch of 50?
Either way. I mean, the batch of 50 is going to be even more.
If you take one and you run it over and over and over again, yeah, people are going to notice that one has been ran over and over. I had numerous challengers come up to me and say, what's going on here? One guy got thrown out because he took a picture of me.
Sure. I'm just wondering why the numbers at the end of the day aren't matching up with the stories that we're hearing. I'm trying to square that circle. And I know there's going to be an investigation of all of these
allegations. As good as everybody else is in here.
Yeah, there's going to be an investigation of all this, and we're going to look into all these details.
It's not matching up. Everything that happened at that TCF Center was fraud. Every single thing. Every avenue was taken to commit it.
Please. Appreciate your passion and that he feels his question was answered. Appreciate that. I do have one additional follow-up.
Sure.
You mentioned observing ballots arriving
Yes, sir.
late. Do you have knowledge of where they came from?
I cannot say that for 100%. I do not know 100%.
Okay,
Do I assume where they came from? Absolutely.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Senator McDonald, thank you.
I'll be brief. Your testimony was very compelling, so I just want to go back to what I asked Senator Colbeck. Where is the Department of Justice in this? I mean, without arresting anything, are they even looking into it? I mean, your testimony is unbelievably compelling. So I'm just wondering, where are they?
Okay. Your question is good as mine. So I did call the FBI on November 5th, and
Okay.
I spoke with a woman for at least 40 minutes. The phone disconnected. She had all my information. She never called me back. I had to call them back. I haven't been contacted back since.
Well, you would think that, did you contact anybody from the Trump campaign?
Oh yeah. I've been
Wouldn't
talking-
they have a pipeline to the Department of Justice? Well, I mean,
I've been talking to attorneys. What I said just now regarding the Department of Elections and how I was scheduled to work there, that is coming out. That is coming out. That will be coming out next week. There's a lot coming. I was not even supposed to talk about that, but a lot of people mentioned it. So, you know, I'm going to tell you guys about it because this is fraud.
okay.
And there was fraudulent activity occurring there.
Thank you. Your testimony was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Next, we have James Danley, and he'll be followed by Bobby Tenorio, and then Austin Kreutz.
Diddy True TV woke billionaire. Yep.